Sometimes you need an editor to manipulate a file. So most systems will have Nano, which is a pretty simple editor we've looked at before. Here, I want to look at Vim. And if you don't have Vim installed, then you can either use your installation package to install. It's called just Vim on some systems. On some systems, it's called Vim Enhanced. So for example, here, if I do an apt, actually a super user, install Vim, then it's going to say, once I enter my password, that I probably have the most current version. Got my password and talk. Okay, so I already have the latest version. And again, it could be on your system, Vim Enhanced. That's the book referenced. Enhanced. Okay, and this one, it doesn't locate it, but on my, this is my Debian system. On my Red Hat, Fedora, and Rocky systems, it's Vim Enhanced. So I do have Vim installed. If you start Vim with just Vim, it's going to take you to this page here where you could get more help. So that means literally type the colon and then help to get some information about how to use it. And one important piece of information here it gives me is to get out of here, then I should do colon Q exclamation point. Jumps me out. And then from there, I can just do, let's see, it didn't quite jump me out, colon quit. There we go. So I exit the file and I exited Vim. Typically, when you use Vim, you enter a file name. So I've got some files here I could use. For example, my chapter 3 outline. And when you're first in Vim, you're in command mode. So you can type commands to do different things. And the most popular one is probably I for insert. So now that I'm in the insert mode, I can do something like type something else. So this would be maybe parentheses, and then this would be hard link versus soft link. I wanted some more details there. And then to get back into command mode, I just hit escape. And once I'm in escape, then I can do something like colon W to write my things. And if I'm done, I would do a WQ. So if you're not done, just save it, W, and now you're back in command mode and you can do other things. A lot of commands to learn. So I'm going to quit out of here. So the book goes over some basics of Vim. To practice those basics and a few other things, what I would like you to do is run vimtutor. So if you have Vim or Vim Enhanced installed, you should just be able to type vimT, hit tab, and the vimtutor command should appear. And what that is going to do is going to launch Vim with the default vimtutor file. And then what I'd like you to do is read through this and follow the directions. So you can use the arrow keys to move around, the HJKL keys to move up and down, left, right, just like you can the arrow keys. Escape if you feel like you're in the wrong place, like maybe you hit one of the insert or append or other editing modes. All right, and one thing you'll find in several lessons, and each lesson is like a 1.2 or a 1.3 and so on, they'll say read the directions before you actually do it. So I highly recommend following that direction and just try each lesson. You can see what X does, I does. I did that a minute ago, and there's just a bunch of different commands. Append. And there are, I believe, 5 lessons, and toward, I think it's in lesson number 5 somewhere, you'll actually save this with a new name. And once you do that, after you run through all the commands, then you're going to right quit to that name. And let's go find it in here. 3, 4, cursor location, substitute commands, good one. Okay, 5.1, executing commands, writing files. Yeah, so in 5.2 here, you're going to write this tutorial file to a new file, and whatever directory you're in is going to be called test if you run that command right there. So right now, if I do a colon and then a W space TEST, you can do it lowercase, whatever you want to call it. You could add .text to it. That's going to be fine. And again, here it says, well, that's the file name you choose. So you could call it your Vim tutor. Call anything you want. Once you've given a name, go with test. And then I'm going to quit out of this. So again, I want you to run all of those commands given in there, make all of the edits that they suggest. So there's a bunch of things back here that will look different in your version because they say to do something to the line with the arrow and the dash. And there's a whole bunch of those. So your version will look different than this version because you've executed the commands doing the things they've asked you to do, just to get used to how to use the Vim commands. And watching me do it ain't going to help you. You got to do it yourself. After you've completed the whole Vim tutor, which should take about a half an hour if you're focused, then you will have a file with whatever name you gave it. So you can see here's the one I called test that has all of my edits in it, and you'll submit that as part of your chapter 4 work. So please do the Vim tutor soon. It's toward the end of chapter 4 where the introduction to Vim occurs, and there's nothing like doing it to get used to it. Do good computing. I'll catch you later.